Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 and 2021 virtual induction ceremony for the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. I'm Kevin Marr. I'm the sports director at News 12 Long Island and a proud Suffolk County resident. So glad to be here with you tonight as we get ready to induct 32 new members to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Think about that, 32 new members. You don't need one door for a class of 32. You need the big garage door when you have a couple of classes like we're going to honor tonight. Men and women, some of which you may have heard of, some of which you may have never heard of. And they come from all over the sports world. Athletes, writers, broadcasters, pioneers, coaches, referees, and people that have certainly made a mark in the sporting community in Suffolk County. So, you're probably thinking 32 people. We're going to be here all night. Trust us, we will not be here all night. I have worked with the fine director of the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame, and he said, we're going to get through this. We're going to give everybody the proper recognition they deserve, but we do want to move it along quickly. And we've got some great videos to show you, and of course, great inductees. So, a couple of house cleaning things before we begin. In the chat on the side of the screen, we have a virtual auction going on. You get the virtual ceremony, and you also get a virtual auction. Again, that is in the chat. There's a link to it. You can click on that, and please place your bids. Some great merchandise there as we try to raise some money here for the fine Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. If you see something you like, make your bid, and good luck. Also, that's where you will find our virtual journal for this presentation. Who's going in? Where are they from? What did they do? And the sponsors, you can learn all about them as well in the virtual journal, and that is on the chat on the right side. As we mentioned, 2 classes to go in tonight. The Hall of Fame is going to get even bigger. Speaking of big, how about 30 years of the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame? The Hall of Fame has certainly changed a lot through those years, growing from an idea to now this place that represents the pinnacle of sporting in Suffolk County. So happy 30th anniversary. Let's play our tribute video right now. And how great was that? You saw the word influencers in that video. Yes, Hall of Famers are influencers before they were actually influencers in the virtual world. Chris Vaccaro is the director of the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame and the person that helped put this great evening together virtually or in person. Chris, I know your goal is to make this a great, great night. I turn the program over to you.
Thanks, Kevin. This is an incredible honor to be here with you tonight. To take the handoff from you, it's the closest I'll get to sitting on the sports desk and talking about these great people on TV. So we're here. We're in our houses. We're on our computers. We're on our phones. We're not at the watermill. We'd love to be in person, obviously out of precaution for the pandemic and all the things that we're dealing with in society. I wanted to have this now. I didn't want to have to push it off till the end of the year. I didn't want to have to delay it again like we did last year. So we're here. We're celebrating. We're celebrating 30 years. We're celebrating more than 30 new inductees. There's already over now 300 inductees in this Hall of Fame over the last 3 decades, representing all levels of sports in Suffolk County, from the amateur to the highest level in the pros and people that are in the Hall of Fames of the highest caliber. So this is a great honor for me. This is a special honor for the people that we're inducting tonight. They have touched the lives of thousands of people, whether they're coaches or athletes with fans. They're special for numbers and numbers of reasons, for what they do in their communities And we get to honor them here now, but we remember them forever. Their legacy is cemented in our county thanks to this Hall of Fame, which has been around for long before I've been running it, and hopefully for long and into the future as well. Again, we're thinking about all the people who have been affected by the pandemic. Our thoughts, our prayers are with everyone who we've lost and their families, and we're focused on, obviously, hopefully, positive outcomes as we get through the rest of this year and into the future. But we're here to celebrate the Hall of Fame. We're here to celebrate Kenny Atkinson and Val James and Allie Long and Mark Herman, my friend Matt DiStefano, and so many others that are Hall of Famers as people, as athletes, as coaches, as fans, as supporters, as just, influential sports figures. And we have some special videos tonight that I'm excited to share with you that Kevin will run through. And we have, obviously, I can't stand with the inductees up at the podium, but every one of them now has their induction plaque at home where they were able to take pictures and share that moment with their family. And some of those pictures are featured in the tributes tonight. So I hope everyone's enjoying it so far, and obviously enjoys the rest of this with their friends and family in the comfort of their homes. And, we've also lost a number of Hall of Famers this year. We've had people have passed away for various reasons over the last now 2 years, since we didn't do the ceremony in 2020 as well. And they're in our hearts and prayers. They're in our thoughts. And we want to pay tribute to them here tonight as well. So let's do that.
And we are certainly thinking of all the families represented by those people here tonight. So again, welcome to the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, the 30th anniversary here of the Hall of Fame. When we rolled that anniversary tribute video, you probably saw people and you're like, oh, Bob Costas, absolutely, Mick Foley, Carl Yastrzemski. Another person you saw was the great Boomer Esiason. Norman Esiason, probably to some people who knew him when he was growing up in East Islip, where he was certainly an outstanding quarterback for the high school football team. And now the award for best quarterback in Suffolk County is named the Boomer Award, the Boomer Esiason Award. They recently gave that out. So congratulations to the winner of that award. But Boomer represents so much that is right with Suffolk County sports, a guy that did it the right way, a guy that stayed committed to sports, both as a player, a broadcaster, and also his great work, with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So let's hear from Boomer now with a special tribute to the Hall of Fame on its 30th anniversary.
Hey everybody, Boomer Esiason from CBS Sports and WFAN here, and 1990 inductee into the Suffolk County Hall of Fame. I want to say congratulations to the Hall of Fame for their 30th year anniversary. And even though this year's event is going to be virtual in nature, it doesn't lessen the importance that the inductees have had on the county and the mark that they have left in their respective careers. So congratulations to all as you get ready to join a Hall of Fame that includes the great Carl Yastrzemski and Craig Biggio and so many people in between. So congratulations. Have a great night, everyone, and hopefully we'll be able to get together soon.
Boy, Boomer, we sure hope so. We sure hope we're doing this in person next year for the class of 2022. And our thanks to Boomer for that video. And you can hear Boomer every morning. You don't need me to tell you. You know he's on WFAN every morning. Give him a listen. So as we said, there are two classes that we will induct tonight, including the class of 2020 that we didn't get to induct last year because of the pandemic. And one of the members is Rick Cole. You might not know Rick. unless you're heavily involved in college athletics. Rick has kind of bounced around the tri-state, different jobs over at Iona College, Stony Brook, Dowling. He is now the athletic director at Hofstra University and has the pride. Roland just hired the great Speedy Claxton to take over the men's basketball program. And we want to hear from Rick now with a special tribute for certainly one new member of the Hall of Fame that we are going to induct tonight. Here's Rick.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the 2020-21 Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame inductees, I would like to say thank you to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame for this incredible honor. I would also like to thank, on behalf of my fellow inductees, all the families, friends, teammates, coaches, and organizations that helped us get to where we are today, as no inductee has this type of success without the incredible support of those around us. I would also like to have special recognition to one of our fellow inductees, Matthew Desi DiStefano. Desi was an incredible athlete on Long Island. He was an incredible athlete in college. He was an incredible coach at Sachem High School. But what really made Desi specifically worthy was when he met his greatest opponent. Desi battled cancer, and when he found out about his diagnosis, he chose to make a difference in the lives of those around him by creating the Desi Strong Foundation. And the foundation's mantra, and Desi's mantra, was, "We get to." He reminded us every day of the privilege of what we get to do, that we don't have to do anything. He taught his players, his coaches, Long Island and the country, that when you meet your greatest opponent and your greatest challenge, to remind yourselves of the gifts that you get to do every day. So on behalf of my fellow inductees, we'd like to have a special recognition and thank you to Matt Desi DiStefano and to everyone that has supported this induction ceremony. Thank you for your support.
And we thank Rick for that message. And yes, we get to. How great is that? Tonight, we get to honor 32 new members of the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. It is my pleasure to read the names tonight. You will see their photos. You will hear what makes them Hall of Famers. Not only the work they did in their professional lives, but also in some cases the work they did in their personal lives to make a difference to athletes, to coaches, to their teams, and their community. That's really what sets them apart. The difference they made on the teams they played for, they played with, they played on, and the communities they represented. So without further ado, we begin with the class of 2020, and we begin with 4 special women. Dr. Jean Berger at Ward Melville, Ruth Gracie at Port Jefferson, Jeanette Rogers at Babylon, and Anna Mae McKeever Cress at Sayville. They're all being recognized because these are trailblazing women, female pioneers in coaching and athletic administration. They were instrumental in developing and organizing the Suffolk County Girls Athletic Association. Get this, in 1949. 23 years prior to Title IX that we all know so much about. Their persistence and dedication led to countless opportunities for so many girls in Suffolk County, opportunities that continue to grow in both scholastic athletics and community athletics. And they were diversifying the playing field long before it was the norm, and their efforts more than 70 years later are certainly being recognized. Again, to Jean, Ruth, Anna Mae, and Jeanette, congratulations. And Chris, I know you want to chime in and talk about these fine ladies.
Yeah, I won't interject on most of the other inductees, but this was really special. There was so much support for them from past athletes, from people they coached, people they taught, and the support, the campaign that was put on for them, unlike anything I've ever seen. I've only been running the Hall of Fame for a few years. My answer to everybody was, why weren't they in the Hall of Fame in 1990? Why weren't they in 2000? Pioneers, legends, who, based on what they did, thousands of other young girls, females, ladies, are coaching and are athletic directors and have made a difference in tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people's lives. So this is extra special. We have all 4 of them honored at the same exact time. They worked in different districts across the county, and their legacies are set forever, and I'm so proud to make that happen. And a special thank you to Michelle Doherty for really rallying behind them and getting all the information in and getting in pictures. And some of the pictures that you saw as part of this collage Michelle was holding those plaques, which will go at their schools. So just very, very special. And I'll pass it back to you, Kevin.
Things when you talk about these four women, you wish you could hear what they would have to say about what girls athletics, female athletics has become in Suffolk County. If you could only get all four of those great ladies in the room, I'm sure you would hear some amazing stuff as to the things they had to go through to get us to where we are today. Our next inductee is Louis J. Akampora. Louis was from Northport, New York, and he died on March 25th, 2000 from a blow to his chest while playing lacrosse in his first high school game. Louis was just 14 years old. Following Louis's tragic death, the Louis J. Akampora Memorial Foundation has dedicated its mission to raise awareness among schools and other public institutions about the importance of owning automated external defibrillators. These things save lives. Every year you hear stories about these defibrillators in schools and gyms saving lives. A simple device that would have saved Louis's device if he had Louis's life if he had had one. His family and friends continue to carry out his legacy, and many others have been saved thanks to their great work, and we appreciate all they have done through Louis's foundation and Louis's legacy. Again, Louis J. Akampora, welcome to the Suffolk County class of 2020. All right, Sal Agostinelli. He's from Kings Park, New York, and has served in many roles in professional baseball. Look at that smile on Sal right there. He played in the minor leagues, mostly as a catcher, coached and scouted, and is now the international scouting director for the Philadelphia Phillies. He was elected to the Slippery Rock University Hall of Fame in 1995, and he won the Lou DiMartino Lifetime Achievement Award in 2012 and was awarded the Dallas Green Award in 2015. In 2018, he was named the Major League Baseball Scout of the Year, top person in the game of scouting. And think about all the scouts that we have out in baseball, and this guy was the best. Sal did it well, advocating for the talent in the Philadelphia Phillies organization, an organization that now includes some young Suffolk County kids as well. So Sal, congratulations and welcome to you to the class of 2020. Our next inductee, you probably heard the name, used to be the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, Kenny Atkinson. Welcome to the class of 2020, and there's Kenny on your screen. He is currently the assistant coach of the Los Angeles Clippers in the NBA. Again, formerly the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets and previously held assistant roles with the Knicks and Hawks, and he played professionally in Europe for 15 years. He played college basketball at the University of Richmond, where he led the Spiders to a Sweet 16 berth in 1988, pulled off one of the greatest upsets of all time in that NCAA tournament. And on a side note, Kenny was my camp counselor in the, mid-90s. Yep, went to basketball camp, saw Kenny, believe he was still in college, dribbling the ball through his legs, couldn't believe it. Great camp counselor, led our team to a few wins as well. So Kenny Atkinson, we know you're out there with the Clippers. Hopefully you're watching. Congratulations and welcome to you to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Let's stay in basketball and mention Kim Barnes-Arico. Kim's a great coach as well, a William Floyd High School alumnus and the head women's basketball coach at the University of Michigan and made the NCAA tournament this year. Prior to taking over the program in Michigan in 2012, she was the head coach at St. John's for a decade. She's a two-time Big East Coach of the Year and the 2017 Big Ten Coach of the Year and has won more than 440 games in her 25 years as a college head coach. And if you follow college basketball, when you hit 25 years, you're absolutely doing something right. So Kim, congratulations. You're now a Suffolk County Sports Hall of Famer. We're so glad to have that picture of you holding your medallion and your honor here this year. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Henry Chadwick is up next. This year's historic inductee is known as the father of baseball and called Sag Harbor home for decades in the summer. One of the pioneers, I guess, of summering in the Hamptons and Sag Harbor. This sports writer and baseball historian and statistician is credited with editing the first guide about baseball. He created the box score and abbreviating the K for strikeouts. Think about all those things that we use now. Henry Chadwick helped create them and created the statistics of batting average and earned run average, one of the pioneers of analytics, if you think about it. And he's also a posthumous inductee for the National Baseball Hall of Fame. To Henry's family tonight, congratulations. We're glad to have Henry in the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. You saw him already, but we're going to honor him again. Rick Cole Jr. Rick is vice president and the athletic director at Hofstra University with more than 20 years experience in athletic administration. The Oakdale resident was vice president of athletics at Iona College, vice president of athletics at Dowling College, and the senior associate athletic director for external affairs at St. John's University, and also worked at Stony Brook University. But he has done some amazing things in his time at Hofstra, and he really hasn't even been there all that long. Prior or since his arrival in 2018, the Pride have won multiple conference championships, and Hofstra set school records in GPA. Also oversaw negotiations with Nike, so now everything has the swoosh on it. That's important. During his 5-year tenure at Iona, the Yale's program set records in athletics, academics, community service, and revenue. Iona earned 18 Metro Athletic Conference championships. And he's also a founding board member, as you heard already, for the Desi Strong Foundation. He's certainly huge volleyball fan, because Rick has also produced 2 great Suffolk County high school volleyball players who are now playing in college at Duke and Pepperdine. That would be his children. So Rick, thanks for all you do. Good luck at Hofstra, and welcome to the Hall of Fame. This next one is Thomas Cutinella. Thomas was a Shoreham-Wading River High School student who cared deeply about his community, his family, and his teammates. On October 1st, 2014, Thomas died playing the game he loved. He suffered a traumatic head injury. In his passing, he successfully donated his heart, kidneys, liver, pancreas, corneas, numerous bone, skin tissues, and he saved many lives. The Thomas Cutinella Memorial Foundation is committed to improving awareness of football-related head injuries. Tom's dad and mom are active in this. It's one of the things they're passionate now, and we appreciate that. And they've been raising awareness of the importance of being an organ donor and keeping Thomas's legacy of leadership, kindness, and selflessness alive. I've had the opportunity to meet the Cutinellas. They are wonderful people. They are a great family. Thomas's memory lives on. You saw the statue at the football field. Every time the lacrosse team and the football team and any team walks by that statue, they salute Thomas. He is certainly missed in that community. 54 in our hearts forever. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Thomas Cutinella. Matthew DiStefano, Sachem volleyball coach and turned motivational speaker, cancer fighting advocate, passionate about his family, who you see right there. They called him Desi. He suffered from kidney cancer and used every moment he was fighting that cancer to preach about positive values, belief, giving out high fives when you're on the court, getting people to believe in themselves, and helped other cancer fighters through his organization, the Desi Strong Foundation. We lost Matt in 2020, but we carry on his legacy and the motto, we get to. As we said, we get to induct great people tonight. We get to remember Matt DiStefano. He's also an inductee of the Sachem Athletic Hall of Fame and the Mount St. Vincent's Athletic Hall of Fame, and now a proud member of this Hall of Fame. We get to remember Matt. That's awesome. And congratulations to his family. Know that we're thinking of Matt tonight. Oh, one of my favorite guys in the high school soccer community, Mr. Ron Eden, one of the winningest soccer coaches in New York State history. Ron Eden has won more than 375 matches and a career winning percentage in high school soccer of .860. He has multiple state, Long Island, and Suffolk County titles to his name, and his legacy also includes induction into the Brentwood Hall of Fame and the Long Island Soccer Players Hall of Fame. As a player, he had a fun pro soccer career from 1976 to 1981, playing for the New York Apollo and the New York United. He's also an international player, played in Israel, Peru, Colombia, Costa Rica, China, Zimbabwe, Honduras, Guatemala, Ecuador. For semi-pro and club teams over a 12-year span, he played for Inter Gilan, Greek Americans, Inwood, Blue Star, Lynbrook, Glen Cove, and the Islip Soccer Clubs. He is an institution at Brentwood High School. In that community, Ron has never said no to any player. I know that for a fact. Ron, congratulations. Great to see you in there, buddy. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. One of the great guys in the sports writing business, and I mean it, Mark Herman. Mark, the pride of Santa Mauritius. He joined Newsday in 1983 and was one of the paper's most prolific sports writers until his retirement in 2019. He covered some of the world's biggest events, including the Olympics, March Madness, the Triple Crown, Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, and World Series. One of the region's premier golf writers, Herman has freelanced for multiple publications in recent years and continues to tell stories with his unique style and tone. If you were at a golf major here on the island and Mark was there, Mark was the dean of the local writers. Everyone deferred to Mark. Everyone talked to Mark. Pro golfers knew Mark in New York. He was one of the great guys. I miss him tremendously, seeing him out on the golf course and reading his articles in Newsday. Mark, I hope you're doing well. Also active in his church. We do want to mention that because that's super important. As we said, so many of these people active in their communities, not just in their jobs. Mark, congratulations to you and your family. Great to see you smiling. Welcome to the class of 2020. Larry Izzo. Larry has been a Suffolk County High School basketball official for 50 years, but also made his mark as a baseball scout, a well-known Major League Baseball scout. He's been in the game for more than 40 years and is currently the head scout for the New York Mets for all 5 boroughs and Long Island. Prior to the Mets, he was a scout for the Texas Rangers, the Diamondbacks, the Montreal Expos, and the Washington Nationals. Throughout his career, Larry has drafted and assisted 20 players from Long Island that made it to the big leagues. Think about that, 20 players who can say, thanks to Mr. Izzo, I got a chance maybe to make the show. Congratulations to Larry and his family. Keep up the great work. Welcome to the class of 2020. Paul Koretsky, longtime Shore and Wading River track and field and cross country coach. Paul has recorded nearly 1,000 victories in more than 110 combined seasons track cross country. He won the Long Island Track and Field Association Service Award in 2015 and has been a Person of the Year by the Riverhead News and Review and Times-Beacon newspaper multiple times. And here's a fun note. Paul has been named Suffolk County Track and Field Coach of the Year more than 135 times. This man has the biggest mantle somewhere in Suffolk County. That's great. Former Hofstra soccer player, also coached soccer at Brentwood for more than 15 years and helped found the Brentwood Soccer Club. I've had a chance to meet Paul a number of times, including a number of his athletes. He turns out some of the best to ever run in the high school ranks. Congratulations to Paul and welcome to Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame tonight. How about a World Cup champion? Yep, we got one of those too. Congratulations to Allie Long, a Northport native. Allie has reached the pinnacle of her sport and helped the U.S. women's national team win the World Cup in 2019, side by side with another Long Islander you just saw there, Crystal Dunn. She also helped North Carolina win an NCAA championship and has played professionally, both domestically and internationally for many years. Allie currently is a midfielder for Gotham FC in the National Women's Soccer League. Long has also played for the Washington Freedom and Blue Sky FC in the Women's Professional Soccer League, Paris Saint-Germain in Division I in France, and the New York Fury of the Women's Premier Soccer League Elite. She also played for the Portland Thorns FC of the National Women's Soccer League. Allie recently traded back to the tri-state area to continue her women's professional soccer career. So congratulations to Allie. I love what she's doing there. Allie, hey, heart out to you. We're thinking of you. Congratulations and welcome to you. Another honor. Welcome to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. You talk about high school football coaching legends. This guy, probably on the Mount Rushmore of those coaching legends. Richie Reichert at a St. Anthony's High School. The football coach won 265 games and 20 Catholic High School Football League AAA division titles. He retired in 2018, winning 85% of the games he coached. Reichert had 28 winning seasons in 32 years. That's an amazing winning percentage, including a 64-game regular season winning streak from 98 to 07. Reichert coached just over 1,200 players in his career, hundreds who went on to play in the college, some in the pros. He graduated from St. Anthony's in 1970 and went to St. John's University. He's a retired Nassau County police officer of 23 years. He retired in 2003. Here at News 12, we used to call Rich a friend of the program. Anything we ever needed from Rich, it was a phone call away, and he always said yes, opening the doors at St. Anthony's High School, opening the door to success for so many young men as a football coach. Richie, congratulations to you and your family tonight. Miss you on the sidelines. Welcome to the class of 2020. Raymond Reed, a Brentwood native. Ray Reed, one of the winningest active NCAA soccer coaches, 445 career wins, and has been the UConn head coach for the last 22 years. His teams have won 4 NCAA Division I crowns and played in 18 NCAA tournaments and have won 4 Big East titles. At Division II Southern Connecticut, he led his teams to 2 Division II national titles in 8 seasons. He's been named National Coach of the Year 4 times Reed leads all coaches in the nation with a 796 winning percentage. Ray Reed getting it done, one of the prides of Connecticut, one of the prides of Suffolk County. Ray Reed, congratulations and welcome to you to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Kevin Riccio, West Islip native and a former Hanson Award winner, is the top high school football player in Suffolk County and a captain in both football and lacrosse for the Lions. He was a 3-year starter and team captain at Virginia, where he led the ACC in touchdowns and receptions in 81 and 82. Winner of the John Acri Memorial Award as the top student in leadership at Virginia in 1981. And you think about leadership at the University of Virginia, you win that award, you're doing something right. Kevin played 3 seasons in the NFL with the Seahawks, Saints, and Bears. His community involvement wide-ranging from local churches to the United Way, Habitat for Humanity, Special Olympics, and local youth sports. Kevin Riccio, great to see you with your plaque there. It is truly deserved. Welcome to you to the class of 2020, and thanks for all you do in the community. Oh, talk about somebody behind the scenes that really deserves this one. Andy Slauson. Andy's a Bayshore native, is best known for his decades of service to high school sports on Long Island as a historian and statistician at Newsday. Every time you maybe click on newsday.com, think of Andy. He's a Bayshore native and Islip Terrace resident that has been the assistant high school sports editor at Newsday since 2009 and worked at the company since 1989, one of the cornerstones of their terrific high school sports coverage. He has been preserving, recording, and documenting local sports history for 4 decades. He's built a reputation among the writers, the football, the wrestling community as the go-to sports information guy, a wealth of knowledge about all scholastic sports. Slauson has been honored by the Suffolk County Wrestling Coaches Association and the Suffolk County Football Coaches Association many times with their annual media award. And tonight we give him our prestigious award, entrance into the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Behind the scenes, never forgotten, Andy Slauson. Congratulations. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. A guy I know is busy right now, probably too busy to join us tonight. Joe Spallina, the man with the suit, prancing that sideline at Stony Brook University, one of the best lacrosse coaches ever in Suffolk County. Rocky Point native, Mount Sinai resident, currently the head coach at the dominating Suffolk powerhouse, Stony Brook University on the women's side. He's won 7 straight America East titles at Stony Brook. At Adelphi, won 3 straight Division II national championships. By the way, I believe it's 8 now. We got to update the script. 8 championships at Stony Brook. Numerous awards. Where do we start with you, Joe? The IWLCA National Coach of the Year 2009 through 11, 3-time Conference Coach of the Year in the Northeast 10 and the East Coast Conference as well. He was named to the Nassau County Sports Commission College Lacrosse Coach of the Year. So many coaches of the year, unbelievable resume. Stony Brook has produced 18 All-Americans, 10 Tualatin nominees, 2 Tualatin finalists, 7 conference championships. And in the pro ranks, he was also the general manager of the Major League Lacrosse's New York Lizards, led them to a title in 2015. And 4-year starter at midfield at Adelphi, led the Panthers to 38 wins and 2 national championships, 93 and 95. Graduate of Rocky Point High School. Joe, you're looking good. Good to see you smiling. Hope you're smiling tonight watching this. And good luck in the NCAA tournament. Go win the national championship year. We're all rooting for you. Joe Spallina, welcome to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. And our final member of the class of 2020, Bob Zemansky. A longtime Shoreham Wading River track and field and cross-country coach, Bob has recorded nearly 1,000 victories and more than 110 combined seasons. His teams have won many state and county championships, and he has coached for more than 50 years. He won 9 Suffolk County championships, winning 6 in a row. During one stretch, he had the first team ever to sweep the first 5 places in the county championships in 2007, did again in 2008. He's won 11 cross-country league championships and 58 straight dual meet winning streak. Think about that, 58 in a row. Amazing. And he has more than 125 Coach of the Year honors to his name. So to Bob, we say congratulations to you. And Chris, I'll turn it over to you right now.
Thanks, Kevin. This is great. I mean, listen, I'd rather be at the watermill in person, but I'm pretty excited to listen to these bios and see this all unfold and read the comments in real time. So this is, we're more than halfway done. This thing's going to be less than an hour. I know you're all Zoom fatigued, virtual screen fatigued out, but I'm really excited with the way this is playing out. Congrats to all the inductees of the class of 2020. We still have 2021 to go. I was jumping on to just intro a video that we're going to play from Jason Frazier, from the Amityville basketball legend. I actually spoke to him today, and he's wondering, hey, do I need to be ready? Do I need to be on camera to give a speech? I said, actually, what you said in our virtual press conference a month ago was probably the most profound thing anyone's had said about the Hall of Fame, maybe in the history of the Hall of Fame. You'll hear it. We're going to play it in a second, but I wanted to just talk about, listen to that. Listen to his message. If you're a Hall of Fame inductee listening now, watching this, if you're somebody who's young and aspires to be great, or if you're someone that's currently crushing it in your field and one day maybe in this Hall of Fame, we all do this for a reason. We do it for the people before us. We do it for the people after us. And that was his message. Profound, again. So, again, congrats to all the inductees that got in so far. Enjoy this video from Jason Frazier, and we'll pass it back to Kevin after that. And thank you, everybody.
I want to congratulate everybody who is here on this call and all the inductees, and also your family that supported you as well. A lot of the times when we think about our careers and we think about our accomplishments, we just solely focus on the work that was done. And what helped me, I tend to look at the examples that was always laid out. And Rohan doesn't know, but when we were in high school together in our respective sports around the same time, and he was someone that I watched. It was something that was inspirational for me. In addition to that, each and every one of you guys on here, you have no clue. You have no clue the impact that you have on generation that went to school with you or that play professionally along with you, as well as the impact that you have on the generations to come. Because as each and every one of you, there's multiple people in Long Island that inspired me, that gave me the inspiration to be great, the inspiration to continue to push on. And it's just such an honor to be a part of this club, of the Suffolk County Hall of Fame. In addition to all that is of Suffolk, all the greatness that's within it. And Ms. Givens, I know Reynold Hawkins. I tell Coach, you can mark my words. I tell Coach Hawkins all the time, I'm humbled by the greatness of all the athletes and all the individuals, and more important, just all the individuals in terms of character. A lot of people always look at me and they say, oh, you're tall. And my line is, people think I stand tall because I'm 6'9". I stand tall because I stand on the shoulders of all of those that came before me. I stand on the shoulders of that underneath it have the legs and the foundation that was so strong to build such a heritage, such a tradition on Long Island. And again, I think what makes Suffolk County, I think what makes Long Island great is it's not just only the accomplishments, but it's the way we go about doing so. It's the character that we do it with. And again, it's just an honor. And I thank, again, all of you individuals here. I thank the board, I thank the voters, and I thank my family, my wife, for those that supported me. And the journey's not over. There's much more to come. That's not only for me, that's for everybody else. Our sport or our gift is nothing more than it provides the platform for us to really share who we are and to share our life's purpose. So whatever that may lead us, whatever professional field that may lead us in terms of business or the arts or the craft, that's nothing more than a platform for the special, unique ability that each and every one is having us to share with the world. God bless you all, and thanks for giving me the moment to speak.
And our thanks to Jason Frazier for that. Jason, one of the greatest high school basketball players to ever come out of Suffolk County, part of that great Amityville dynasty. We'll hear more about Jason coming up as we get ready to induct the class of 2021. And again, let me just say my personal congratulations to the class of 2020. Welcome to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Hey, don't forget, everybody, we got the auction going on in the chat. The link is over there for that. Click on that. Take a look at some of the items we have up for bid. Place your bid. Hopefully you can win. And don't forget, also, our virtual program is over there. Check out the great sponsors helping us with this event tonight, helping with the Hall of Fame all the time, and all the inductees you can see there as well. Again, that's over in the chat. Now, on to the class of 2021. Here we go. Welcome Karen Ferguson Days, Sachem alum, currently the women's soccer coach at the University of Louisville. She's a former U.S. women's national team player. As a player at UConn, she was a three-time All-American and on the All-NCAA tournament team in 1990. In 1992, she was a Soccer America MVP and the NSCAA All-Northeast Region selection in 91, 92, and 93. As a senior at UConn, she was named the Outstanding Senior Athlete. Ferguson Days also coached the U.S. U21 and under-15 teams and was an assistant at Boston University before taking the head job at Louisville. In 2011, she was named the Big East Coach of the Year, and in 2003, she was inducted into the Sachem Athletics Hall of Fame. Another great soccer coach here that we are honoring tonight, to Karen Ferguson Days. Congratulations to you and your family and all the great athletes you've helped through the year. Welcome to the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame, a member of the class of 2021. All right, now the guy you just heard from, Jason Frazier, starred at Amityville High School and Villanova University. Frazier, a McDonald's All-American, and averaged 22 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists, 5 blocks in high school. He suffered a number of injuries at Villanova, but was a leader and a pivotal recruit for legendary head coach Jay Wright. In fact, Jay told me getting Jason turned the tide at Louisville, helped him lure better and better kids to Villanova. Frazier later played professionally in New Zealand and for the Harlem Globetrotters. As a coach, he was with the Phoenix Suns of the NBA and the Austin Spurs, an affiliate of the San Antonio Spurs. And today he works at Skyline Prep in Arizona as an assistant athletic director and basketball coach. And as he said, he is standing tall tonight, standing on the shoulders of those who have come before him. What a great message he gave us. Welcome, Jason Frazier, a member of that great Amityville High School basketball dynasty. You are now a member of the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Randy Gibbons, Amityville High School and Florida State University track star, who is an Olympian and an NCAA champion. She was the 200-meter gold medalist in the 1983 Pan American Games and a 200-meter finalist in the 1984 Olympic Games, and represented her country in the 83 World Championships in athletics. She established herself as an outstanding athlete with the Florida State Seminoles and won 4 sprint titles, 2 in the relays, 2 individually. She was also a multiple medalist in the 1983 Summer Universidad, taking the 200 meters and the relay gold medals and the 100 silver medal. A frequent finalist at the USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, came in 5th in the 200 meters in 1980 and 1981. And the 1983 U.S. Championships, she ran a lifetime best of 22.31 seconds to place 4th in the 200 meters. She sprinted to the finish. She crosses the finish line here, an entry into the Suffolk County Sports Hall of Fame. Randy Gibbons, congratulations to you. Tony Guido. Tony is a Rocky Point native and an All-American and an All-Ivy lacrosse player at Yale. Guido was a 4-year varsity athlete in both lacrosse and soccer at Rocky Point and helped the Eagles win a state title in soccer and 2 county titles in lacrosse. In soccer, he was a starter for the 1984 New York State Championship team and a 2-time All-League member. In lacrosse, he was 2-time All-County and helped Rocky Point win 2 county titles. He helped Yale earn 3 Ivy League titles while playing in 3 NCAA tournaments. Named the 1989 Richard Corrigan and Richard Pershing Most Improved Player at Yale, and he now works in finance as the Managing Director of Fixed Income at BTI Jail. Always good to put an Ivy Leaguer in your ranks. We have one here now tonight. Tony Guido, congratulations. Welcome to the class of 2021. We've heard from some pioneers. We have another one tonight. Val James, a Hauppauge native who became the first Black American in the NHL, playing for the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was drafted by the Red Wings in the 16th round, 184th in all, and made the show. How about that? Drafted in 1977. He also played several seasons in the late 70s for the Erie Blades in the Eastern Hockey League. In 1983, while playing in the American Hockey League under the direction of rookie coach Mike Keenan, James scored the winning goal for the Rochester Americans to win the AHL's Calder Cup. On the ice, he became revered for his fighting ability, spirited bouts, and victories over noted enforcers Terry O'Reilly and John Cordick, part of his record. And today, He is a Black History Month ambassador for the NHL, and his book, Black Ice, was published in 2015. A true pioneer. The NHL deserves to honor Val James. They do it every year. Val James deserves every honor he gets. A true pioneer. Val James, to you we say congratulations and welcome to the class of 2021. Rowan Murphy, an East Islip, New York native, a decorated wrestler in high school at Penn State, record-setting American Paralympian and motivational speaker. One of the most decorated wrestlers in East Islip history, finishing his career as a 3-time All-League and 2-time All-County wrestler. Murphy walked on to wrestle at Penn State and earned 3 varsity letters. And during his time at Penn State, Murphy began participating in Paralympic weightlifting events. He won a bronze medal in the junior division of the 2006 World Powerlifting Championships. Murphy lifted 281 pounds, breaking the previous U.S. Paralympic record of 270 pounds. Murphy was subsequently featured in Nike's No Excuses campaign. That's right, no excuses. And that became a New Year's campaign that sought to motivate people to do their workouts, stick to it, don't give up. And Murphy's now a professional motivational speaker. He goes around the county every year talking to high school kids. It's so great. If you get a chance to hear him, go do it. Murphy is the founder of the inspirational networking community, catchspark.com. A true inspiration. Rowan Murphy, welcome. John Pacey. John's a Huntington native who was an all Big Ten quarterback at Indiana and played for the New York Jets and Washington Redskins. At Indiana, John was a 3-year starter and captain for 2 seasons and led the Hoosiers to 3 bowl games. John also starred for the Barcelona Dragons and the Frankfurt Galaxy in the World Football League. Remember that? His strong play aside, in 1996, John was a proud recipient of the Marty Lyons Player of the Year Award to the Jets, given to the player that demonstrates giving back through service to the community. And he now works in finance in New York City. Jets, Jets. John, John. Congratulations to you. The class of 2021 is proud to have you. Joe Riley, Longwood track and field coach, one of the winningest coaches in Long Island and New York State history. An all-county record-setting pole vaulter from Center Reach High. Riley also won the indoor Suniac pole vaulting championship for the Cortland Red Dragons. As a coach, he won more than 40 league titles, more than 30 team titles, and 39 county coach of the year honors. 10 All-Americans, 16 state champions, Newsday Coach of the Year 3 times, coached golf at Port Jefferson, also won a Suffolk County title in that sport. The Suffolk Track Cross Country Coaches Association Scholarship is named in honor of Joe Riley. And Joe, we're glad to have you tonight. Congratulations to you and your family who we see there. A great track and cross country coach at Longwood High School. Go Lions, go Joe. Welcome to the Suffolk County class of Hall of Famers. And finally tonight, Don Webster served as the athletic director at Longwood and Ward Melville prior to working at Section 11 as the assistant executive director from 2010 to 14 and the executive director from 14 to 16. During his career, he is heavily involved in the New York State Athletic Administrators Association, earned a number of honors as well as chairing and developing many programs. He's also an inductee in the Longwood High School Sports Hall of Fame, Section 11 sports chair for track and field, lacrosse and volleyball, on the committees for safety, policy, and the web, the NYSAAA Dr. John Foley Professional Development Award winner in 2012, and the Chapter 11 Athletic Administration Award in 1996. The first people we honored, we mentioned how great they were, pioneers in getting opportunities for young high school athletes. Don Webster, one of the many men and women who has continued to evolve those opportunities for so many of the high school athletes here in Suffolk County. So congratulations to Don and his family, and welcome to the class of 2021. So 2 great classes, Chris. Class of 20, class of 21, 32 new inductees as we clear room for some pioneers, legends, all-stars, coaches, administrators, writers. You ran the gamut this year.
This was awesome. I'm excited. We're through it. But that was some of the, most exciting 15 minutes of the last year. There was just, incredible people with really good, outstanding careers that now serve as an example for others to be inspired by. Thank you to Kevin Marr. This was, could have not happened without you. This was very smooth, awesome delivery, great ad-libbing. I love some of the riff jobs off of the off of the script there. It was great. The John John was was not expected, but awesome. And behind the scenes, Michael Corson, our technical director, producer, Hofstra student, Sachem alum, doing an incredible job right now throughout this entire event. Tino Patino, another Sachem alum, Hofstra journalism student, manning our social media feeds. I didn't have to worry about that tonight. This was an incredible team effort to make this happen. Really, this is probably a year in the making. You know, I assumed we would wind up having this virtual event, you know, based on what was going on in society. And again, I hope everything is, you know, healthy, strong, everything finishes out strong for the rest of the year for you. Your family stay strong and safe. And we have a bunch of sponsors tonight that we'll play a video, which are actually clips of that are in the journal. And so thank you so much to our sponsors, and thank you to the people who helped put ads in the journal. Thank you for the people who have inspired others, who have done amazing things in athletics. Again, thank you to Kevin. Thank you to Tino and Mike Corson. Thanks to my family for not pulling out any Wi-Fi wires in my walls. My kids did not destroy the production, so I'm very excited about that. They're probably and hopefully sleeping by now. But that's it. That's all. Less than 55 minutes, right on point. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. And congratulations to all of our inductees. And you can watch this again. You can share the link. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congrats to all. And we'll see you next year in person at the Watermill, God willing. And that's it for the night. Thank you.